Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Mazzone Pellegrini, and on behalf of myself and my co-coordinator for the Irene Ryans Region 8, Shaheen Vaz, we have decided to make this video to help guide you through the Irene Ryans this year. A kind of do's and don'ts, tips and tricks video to get you prepared for our virtual festival. How exciting. So yes, the Irene Ryans are on and they're gonna be awesome, but they're gonna look a little different. So this video is to help you with that. So big change. They're going to be pre-recorded. Your Irene Ryans for the preliminary rounds and the semifinal rounds, okay, are going to be pre-recorded. So a self-tape that you will be submitting. The finals, if you go on to the finals, will be live, but it will be the same material that you did for the preliminary round and the semifinal round, okay? Now, when I say live, they will be a live Zoom, okay, or something like that, a streaming situation, but it'll be live, okay? But it'll all be the same material. So let's talk about that material. The material is going to be 2 contrasting monologues or 1 song and 1 monologue, okay? The material cannot exceed 4 minutes. So that's your 4 minutes or less, okay? No partners this year, it's just you. So it's monologues, okay? Or a song. Now, we are still going to be following that red list and green list that you can find a link to the royalties and permissions on the Irene Ryan page for the Region 8s, but then that'll take you to the national page as well. So please check that. Make sure you have the rights and that you have that all figured out before you do your intent to participate. The intent to participate will still be due January 15th, which is a date that's been the same for festivals before. But there's a new date we're adding in there, January 25th. So once you do your intent to participate, so you're then going to have a second deadline, January 25th, where your self-tape is going to be due. Okay, so there's going to be a window of January 15th to January 25th where you will be submitting that preliminary / semifinal round, okay? Where you do that and what link you do to do that, we haven't figured that out yet, but we are working on it. But there's a lot of work that we can do and prep before we even get there, so no worries. Okay, I have my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, your introduction. Your introduction will not be a part of those 4 minutes for the material. The introduction is going to be the same as it used to be in years past. Hi, my name is Vanessa Mazzone Pellegrini, and I'll be doing such and such by such and such, and then such and such by such and such. Okay, so your name, your full name, and then the first piece you're doing and the playwright, and the second piece, okay, you're doing and the playwright or composer. Great, okay. Now, okay, so how do we record this? We are suggesting and we would like you to have 2 different frames for your material, okay? So you can choose the order of that, but you want to have 1 piece that you're performing to have a tighter frame. So say this, chest to head, okay? And then your second piece, I'm gonna move over here, to be farther away. So think thighs to head, okay? So now you can start your intro here, maybe in the middle. Hi, my name is Vanessa Mazzone Pellegrini and blah, 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 blah. And then you could decide to come in, right, for your first piece, or step back for your first piece and then walk in for your second piece, okay? But the camera should not move during each piece. So if they're zooming in or zooming out, that should happen in between the pieces or before them, okay? Because we just don't want camera pans and things like that happening during your performance, okay? So think about locking your frame for your performance, okay, for each piece. So that's that. I'm gonna go back to my table here. Okay, great. Now, eye level. Okay, it is great if your camera or I'm on a laptop right now, is eye level. We don't want it too high, woo, and we don't want it too low. Oh God, right? We want it high level. That's the best. Now, what are you filming on? You can film it on your laptop if you have a laptop that can do that, and that's what makes you feel comfortable, or you can just film it on your phone, okay? Some of the cameras on these phones are amazing. If you have a video camera that's HD and you want to, do it that way, and that's how you feel comfortable, that is fine, okay? But there's no pressure to do that. A phone or a computer is great, okay? Now, if you do have that phone, though, we ask that you shoot it horizontally, okay? Because if you don't shoot it horizontally, you shoot it vertically, you're going to have these two big bars that are gonna come on the side of your frame, and it's just gonna cut off how much of you we see, and it's distracting. So just all you have to do is turn it this way, okay? So that's what you're gonna do. If you have a tripod and you wanna put it on a tripod and have a roommate or family member zoom in and zoom out for your frames, that'll work. But if you don't have a tripod, just get creative with, right now my computer's on like a stack of 3 Shakespeare books, okay? So that works too, whatever works for you, okay? We're at a time of just making it work right now, right? Okay, so now, shooting horizontally, great. When it records, you want to try and record it as an MP4, not an MOV, okay? There is a way on your phone to adjust that to make it an MP4 and not an MOV, but if that stresses you out and you can't figure that, that's fine. But if you can, an MP4 is easier because it'll be easier to upload, to maneuver, to email for us to shift in different drop boxes and such like that. So you'll just see that the uploading it might be a little quicker than if you use an MOV, okay? So just best practice. No internal editing. Okay, and we're trying to create that experience of being in the room with you. Okay, once you start, that's the take. Now the cool thing with self-taping is you can record it as many times as you want before you submit it. That's fine, but the take that you send is from beginning to end, one take, no internal editing. Okay, so that's a big thing. So from the moment you slate to the end of your second piece, that's one take, okay? All right, backdrops. Try and use as neutral of a backdrop as possible. Not this is quite distracting, okay? So do as I say, not as I do, okay? A plain wall, if you can maneuver, take some stuff off the wall so you got a clean wall, that's great. So just think about that. We just don't want anything to be pulling focus from you, okay, and your performance. Find a quiet room. Oh, that might be difficult. I don't know if you hear my 2 kids in the background screaming. Try and find a quiet room, okay? As much as possible. Outside is difficult because you're gonna get a lot of ambient, and birds and stuff, and you just don't have that much control. So if you find a quiet room, that works best, okay? Now, a ding happened on my computer. Now, also something to think about with the sound. I have noticed in my experiences that sometimes the microphones on either the computer or the phone will pick up a carbon monoxide alarm or a fire alarm, like the beepers. Even though you don't hear it, there's something that picks it up. So make sure you're looking over, you do a couple of tests to see if that's the case with your microphone, so that you kind of can test it before you submit it. And that's one of the cool perks about being able to pre-record this. Watch shadows. Right now I'm using natural light because I have a window right behind this computer right now. Natural light is great. But if you can't use, natural light, then you might be grabbing a bunch of different lights from around your apartment or your house and set them up. You just want to make sure you're not just top lighting yourself or bottom lighting yourself, okay? So try and fill the light around you so that you don't have heavy shadows, okay? You could sit or stand, your choice, just like if we were in the room, okay? It's what works best for your monologues or song. Eye line. So right now I'm looking right into the camera. This is what we want you to do for your introduction, just like you would be directing it to the panel, okay, of judges and respondents. But for your performance, just right off camera, okay? Right off, not too much because you don't want to be profile, okay? So really check that because you might think like you're not too far off, but you might be. So again, check it before you send it in. But just a little off right here, just a little off of camera. Right now, I'm actually looking at a spot in between my camera and the corner of my laptop, okay? But on a phone, you're gonna have to check out what that is, all right? So you might want to do your one monologue here and then switch it and transition to your next one and do it on the other side. It's up to you. Now, you can look right at camera, but make it an acting choice, whether it's like an aside or, you know, a soliloquy, okay? We just don't want everything to be boom, right head on, okay? Make some choices about your focal points, okay? Eyeline, boom. Always watch it before sending. Look your best, okay? This is an audition. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy anything for it, but you just have to be conscious of what you're wearing because unlike, you know, in a live situation, there are some patterns that might be too distracting on camera. If you have horizontal lines that are too close together, they might make the camera jump a little bit. Sometimes some colors become too hot for the camera, okay? So you want to test it out. Make sure that you're not blending into your wall, okay? So try on colors that will help pop on camera, okay? And no logos, okay? Or text, okay? No jewelry that's going to make noise. That's something you have to think about when you're self-taping, okay? So think about that. No scripts in hand. So you're going to be completely memorized. That means that, you know, just like we were live, you're memorized, you know it, it's in your bones. Don't think that you can just throw it on your screen and you're reading it and you're like, what, I got it memorized. We know that trick. Have it memorized, okay? It's going to be in your bones, you're going to perform better and it's going to be awesome. Okay, I think I've got it all. Okay, last thing. Finally, relax and have fun. This is new territory for all of us, but it's gonna be fun and we're never gonna forget it, okay? Our contact information for Shaheen and I is on the page here and in the email. So there's a lot of, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us and ask. We're really excited. Like we said, so a little review. You're submitting a self-tape of your preliminary round. If you are passed on to the semifinals, you don't have to do anything. We're just going to use that recorded tape and pass it on to semifinals. Now we are going to try and find a time to stream the semifinals so everyone can watch them and it could be an event. But then if you go from the semifinals to the finals, that's going to be live, still virtual, but it'll be in real time. Okay, so exciting. We'll see you at festival.